Mortimer had uncovered the truth. But with reality collapsing around him, Nathaniel had no choice but to confront those responsible.
June 18th, 1924. The day was etched in Nathaniel's mind like a scar. He could no longer stand idly by as his world crumbled around him. The once vibrant streets were now shadows of their former selves, and the people he loved were mere echoes of their past. Nathaniel knew he had to face the creators of the experiment, those who had played God with their lives. He had to force them to undo the damage they had caused, to restore the balance that had been so recklessly disrupted. With a heavy heart and steely resolve, he prepared for the confrontation that would determine the fate of his world.
You have to stop this. You have to reverse what you've done. If we don't act now, everything we've worked for will be lost. The consequences are unimaginable. Think about the lives at stake, the future we are jeopardizing. We must find a way to undo this, no matter the cost.
We've tried, but it's too late. The damage is done. The experiment, it's out of our control. Every attempt to reverse it has only made things worse. The energy we've unleashed is beyond our comprehension. It's growing stronger, feeding off our very efforts to contain it. We are powerless against it now.
Nathaniel realized that the scientists were as much prisoners of the experiment as he was. They had become entangled in their own creation, unable to escape the consequences of their ambition. The lab, once a place of discovery and hope, had turned into a prison of their own making. They had unleashed something they could no longer control, a force that was now erasing them, one by one. The shadows of their former selves flickered in the dim light, a haunting reminder of their hubris. The air was thick with despair as each scientist faced the grim reality of their fate. The experiment had become a relentless force, consuming everything in its path. The confrontation left Nathaniel with more questions than answers. The experiment had succeeded too well, beyond anyone's wildest expectations. Now, standing at the precipice of an uncertain future, there was only one option left, a desperate final gamble. He knew the risks were astronomical, but the stakes were even higher. With a deep breath, he steeled himself for what was to come. The fate of everything he held dear hung in the balance, and failure was not an option.
Was there really nothing that could be done? Was Nathaniel doomed to watch as reality dissolved around him? What is Nathaniel's last hope, and will he survive the consequences of this final confrontation? Discover the truth in the next chapter, The Revelation.